of prison, and my main role is to get support for the declaration inside and outside Egypt for the demands to be met. Yes, we are talking to you today because we believe in essential facts. First, that our partnership is with the free peoples and not with the regimes. Second is that the role of America, the people of America, and its status in the world in supporting democracy and social development in the Middle East is very important. First, by letting go of endorsing tyranny, and then coupling between political reform and social development. And we need more of a true partnership between the peoples to face, to beat isolation, hatred, and terrorism. We must exert our efforts and speed them up for just and lasting peace in the Middle East, and that would only start by a viable and independent Palestinian state, and calling for implementation of the rules of justice and international legitimacy, and getting rid of the accusations that are being given and pointed to the Americans that it practices double standards. Yes, freedom is a real global value, an international one, and the fact that everybody would adhere to international legitimacy is possible not only in Sudan, but before that in Palestine and Iraq. I hope that the resolution would not only mention my rights, but I think that it would take a specific stance towards all the prisoners of freedom of expression in Egypt, and also the prisoners of freedom of expression and opinion inside and outside Egypt. I will just talk about 5 examples. One, all of the detainees are now, those freedom of expression detainees are without, in detainment without trial, via the rule of emergency law that has been there for tens of years. And that everybody that has been tried via exceptional courts or military courts, and especially the Brotherhood members and journalist Magdi Hussein and others, must get their freedom. And all of the detainees that are there because they participated in peaceful protests or expressed their opinion, including Karim Amir, who is a student and who's a member of our party, Al-Ghad. He wrote in his diary in 2005 some views, and that led to his jailing for 4 years, and he's still in detainment, still in, and also those prisoners in the Al-Mahalla incidents of the 6th of April 2008. Also the thinker and political figure Dr. Sa'aduddin Ibrahim, that paid a heavy price for freedom of expression, and being accused of hurting Egypt's reputation. And we really don't know who should be accused of hurting the reputation of Egypt, that who's calling for freedom or that who is handcuffing it. And days from now, publisher Mohammed Sharqawi and writer Magdi Al-Shafi'i will face trial along with tens of journalists in freedom of expression cases. Our eyes doesn't stop at the prisoners of freedom of expression in Egypt, but we also look with grief and pain to the status of the prisoners of expression throughout the world, and especially those of the Damascus Declaration, also the prisoners of freedom of expression in Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Morocco, and Palestine. And I specify here Marwan al-Barghouthi and all the detained parliamentarians. My real crime that led to my imprisonment for 4 years, my real crime that made me spend in jail 4 years out of my 44 years is that the Al-Ghad Liberal Party really totally changed the equation in Egypt and ruined the false claim that the regime in Egypt that is ruling Egypt since 1952 is the pretext it is calling for, and that is it is the only real choice in face of Islamic movements led by the Brotherhood. We presented when we established the party in October 2004 until the presidential elections in September 2005, a true, clear evidence, a shocking one, that yes, we can have a secular liberal party that can be a third player between the regime and the Islamic movement. It's a substitute, it's a young substitute, it's a moderate substitute, and it's a wise substitute that owns the dream of achieving democracy without hurting stability. What happened with me is not just an assassination of my rights as a citizen or my political party and my right of its right of existence, but also an assassination of a dream for a civil, promising future for Egypt. What happened with me is not a settling of scores, but it is an attempt to obstruct the rights of my generation in this country and this area to have the dream of political change. And finally, I admit that I didn't feel alone in the midst of the denouncements of what happened to me and what is happening to me until now by the the parliaments of the free world and the European Parliament, and led by the US Congress. But we want from you to feel also all of those who want and seek and long for freedom and reform in Egypt. We want you to make them feel that they too are not alone. Thank you.